Thanks.
I'm here for you.
I'm Justin Mederick. You guys might know my wife too, Robin. She'll be here shortly, and our two kids, Soren and Sylvia, and that's where I'm at now. We live in Minneapolis, so that's now. And let's do like a memento and go backwards and work forward. So I was born to a church planter in Illinois, Sandwich, Illinois, a little farming town. There was a town next to it called Plano, Illinois, and the joke is that it'd be great if a town in between the two was established and called Bologna, so that it'd be Plano Bologna Sandwich. My story is,
On that note.
A little bit sobering because, when you grow up in the church, it seems like maybe you should have a lot of things figured out, have your ducks in a row, and not be too messy. As soon as you get to know church folks, like my story, you find out that it's really messy. So when I was like 9 years old, I was riding my bike up the hill in Colorado Springs where our second church plant was. And it was just any other day, riding my bike, and on the ground I saw what looked to be like a video case or a DVD case, and it was an empty box for pornography. And so here I am, 10 years old, and at that point I hadn't had the talk with my parents or figure anything out, but then I saw this, and for whatever reason, my brother was following me on his bike, and I was staring at it, looking at these images, and it's funny how you can remember stuff like that when you're 10 years old. I saw it, and I knew that he's not supposed to see this. I knew that. There was a trash can nearby, so I threw it away. He said, "What was that?" And I said, "I don't know, it was just trash." And I think we know how the story goes. From there, I was at a friend's, it was a party for our hockey team, and the parents go to sleep, and they turn on the computer, and then images again, and then I find that when we have a computer, I can look at those things, at nighttime. It's really hard to sneak on the internet back in the early, the late 90s, because one of those times, mom and dad come downstairs and internet history, I'm not a ninja about it, so I get caught, and that's sort of what my story was for life, is that I was caught, and then I realized that, I knew it was wrong the whole time, but I got caught, and I'd be good for a while, and I was repentant, and I knew that it was wrong in my heart, but what, psychologists have just said, that addiction to stuff like pornography can be the same as crack cocaine or methamphetamines. It's it doesn't get fixed until you get your connection with it, and so that's my story, is that it followed me throughout life, and then even into marriage, where it was about 7 years ago now, 6 years ago, that Robin and I had to go through marriage counseling because pornography was still a part of my life. And I have this tattoo on my arm. I have the first line to Amazing Grace on my arm, because of the line that saved a wretch like me. And I didn't feel like a wretch when I was 10 years old, but a lot of times when I have these thoughts in my mind, reverts back to, I look back and I think, man, I can feel my awfulness as a person, but the beginning of the song isn't like, whoa, I'm such a wretch. It's that the amazing grace comes first, and that the amazing grace comes to the wretch. And so, just being straight with people, I still fight the desire to look at pornography. The elephant in the room is that there's an elephant in the room, and it's ugly, and I'm still looking for that amazing grace every day, because I know how ugly the sin in my life is. But then I've experienced hope. This community has been so great and just helps. I can only imagine that if crisis were ever to hit my family on any level, that it would be wonderful. And that's great to be a part of. That's what the church is. The church is the physical expression of the amazing grace of God that's reaching out to wretches that we sit next to every Sunday. So, praise God, because He's the one who does the great things in me despite that. So thanks for letting me share my story.